back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws in the building. We got Aaron, we got D rocking out. Uh a lot of stuff on tap today. We are here. We're gonna get into all of it, the Ben Simmons and NFL and all that good stuff. But for starters, I have a question of the day. This is a this is a doozy. Uh Question of the day comes in. It says, I have been with my girlfriend for 6 years. We have had issues, but overall, things have been much more healthy and stable than what I hear from many people. We have had some disagreements recently because I lost my job during COVID and haven't found one that pays nearly the same yet. She makes a lot of money, and so there is some inequity in that regard currently, causing arguments of late. Of note, about 2 years in our relationship, she brought brought home another person from the bar and hooked up with him in our apartment while I was at work. She texted me right after and said she had had sex and told me and apologized. Took me a while to forgive her, but we worked through it. Fast forward to present day, and she's pretty close with her coworkers, and they all like to go out drinking together. One particular guy, I call him Bob, she said is clear she has been clearly flirting with over the past year. She cycles with him. Uh, Shout out to all the cyclists out there. They are also on the same cycling team. She talks about him often. She texts him often. She smiles at him when we are at events together. I have brought this up with her a few times and she gets very defensive. We're just friends, is her response. In fairness, she has many guy friends, works with mostly men, and I'm not jealous of them. It's just this guy because it really feels like there's a thing between them. This time, she went to her work's happy hour at a bar as she does most Fridays. I got home from work around 11 p.m. I work late and text her asking when she would be home. She said soon. Around 1 a.m., I text again asking if she was okay. She said yes, decided to stay. I fall asleep and wake up the next day around 6 a.m. I notice she isn't in the bed next to me and I get pretty confused. I'm a very heavy sleeper, but figure she already got up. I got out of bed about 30 minutes later and realized she isn't around. I think she must have had a cycling event or something and text her with no response. About 30 minutes later, I see her walk in the front door, makeup running on her face like she's been crying, hair disheveled, still wearing her dress. I get very upset, not at her, but internally and more like a shock. I asked her what happened, and she said she drank too much and just went to sleep at her coworker Abby's place. I could tell something really wasn't right. Explanation doesn't make sense. She was holding back tears. She gives me no more clear details for 2 days until yesterday, when she fessed up, kind of. She told me she went back with Bob and slept on his sofa. She is claiming nothing happened and that she just didn't want to come back to our place because it is a bit farther and his place was closer. She said she has become very, very angry at me for being upset at this situation, explaining it's perfectly normal to sleep on a friend's sofa. She said she originally lied because she knew it would upset me if she told me she went back to Bob's. I don't know what to do. I don't believe her. My gut says she hooked up, but I can't prove it. What should I do?
Dog, that's exactly right. She for the streets. Like, dude, you already know what the deal is with this one. I mean, you really don't need an explanation. You just want somebody to co-sign. Okay, I'll co-sign with you. She slept with somebody. She slept with Bob. Okay.
Bob the Builder.
Bob beat it down. That's why her eyes was the mascara was ripping and tearing down on her eyes and stuff in her face. Bob hit it. That's the bottom line. There would not be an emotional response to crying or tears in their eyes if they never did anything. If you never did nothing, there's no guilt in that. But obviously she felt guilty. So what did she do? She felt bad and she was crying. And this is the thing about when a woman makes more money than you, it's always a danger zone because they're taking on a role that, a man should be taking, in my
No,
opinion.
but not even just that though, D. Because the money is not the biggest factor. It is a factor, but the bigger factor is that there seems what I'm hearing is a level of insecurity
From who?
from him.
Well, insecure on what? That his younger getting
Right.
that ball.
Where's the insecurity at in this scenario?
She really
See,
outside.
Right.
but this the thing. This Bama, he don't trust her.
But
What?
for a good reason though.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the Bama trying to clock her moves with Bob, and he done noted all this stuff, and there's been constant arguments over that situation. It's been arguments over the money. It's been arguments over these things that he don't have no control over.
But is
I'ma tell him a
that really
secret.
insecurity though? I wouldn't deem that insecure.
I'm gonna tell him a secret.
What's that?
If a youngin outside and you take it back, she will never respect you again. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, the respect is gone. So on you add that on top of not making the bread and all of the other stuff, dog.
And part of that
It's
comes with the
finished.
respect, Aaron, like you're saying.
Yeah, she don't respect the Bama. And why you got a girl for 6 years? Like, what is that about? It's dog. This whole joint sound trash. It's time to burn that joint up and let it go.
Dog, she in the streets, she outside.
She outside.
Get another one, dog.
The bottom line is when a woman sleeps with another person, another man, that is an emotional detachment from you. To me, which is worse than the act of sleeping. Because once you have an emotional detachment, you're finished. You're a done deal. Like the Titanic. You're going to the bottom.
And there's
Dog,
no way up.
there's
No
no
way
way up. Dog, there's no way up, bro. That's just the bottom line. I hate to say it, but you got to move on, man.
You got to
So,
move on.
so for all the listeners, if you're young and hit another drink while she with you, you gotta leave her now. It's gonna come back to bite you. She never respect you, dog. It's over.
Period.
Get another one.
There's no hope for my man.
Nah,
Not that way around. So like if a dude cheat, that don't necessarily completely like a dude's not going to not respect his wife because she took him back. With men and
Mhm.
women and the roles is reversed, dog, it's finished. It's finished. Finish, finish, finish.
Finito. He's done. I hate to say it, but this is a done deal. This is a slam dunk, layup line, however other euphemism you want to use. This is over for him.
And it's
He
gonna
needs
happen again if you want to
right,
stay. It's
right.
gonna happen again. Another little slick talking joker that's gonna be on the job, or she gonna see him at the bar because clearly she like to drink and get and get with the program. So
And
you
get
know it's gonna
right.
happen again.
She getting it cracking easy. She right up A
Two
town.
shots, she ready.
And that's the thing. And you already know every single time. I mean, they literally spend time together because they're at work. Then they ride bikes together. You know what I'm
It ain't all
saying?
she riding.
I understand that. I mean, that John was
They might not
definitely
be riding bikes at all. She get the bike, go to his house, and park that joint outside. So
she
when she
ride
come
like,
back sweating, he thinks she ride the bike.
but
Whole time she riding something else. Get her out of here. Save
Dog,
yourself, dog.
dog, save yourself, bro. It's done. It's done. I was trying to like be on your side and try and give you a lifeline, dog.
thought you about to kill him if you
Get
did that.
therapy, dog. Why you
You about
dog,
to
this
kill
joint,
this
none of this joint
man.
makes sense.
Yeah, you got to
Get
move
somebody in
on.
your pay grade, dog.
Yeah, dog. No, and she made way more bread than him, and she worked
Yeah,
with a bunch of Bamas who make so wherever she worked, Bama's making bread wherever she worked because she
right.
Exactly.
bread. So already they in a different caliber, and they
Date your
probably she
wage.
probably eh, date your way.
Date your wage, dog.
Babins
There's a
at the
lot of
water.
heartbroken Bamas out here based on
He,
this
he
little
was
this little
he was the
formula, dog.
man. He was the man when his job was giving him them breadsticks, and then
Right, right.
them Joes turned to
She
garlic knots, and then he.
It's over.
Oh, bro, yeah, you got to get out, bro. It's over. It's over.
anytime there's alcohol involved when you are physically attracted to somebody, it's always going to be a problem. I mean, so she's putting herself in situations where she knows she's going to mess up.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's done though. It's done.
you can't get away from somebody at work. Y'all at the water cooler. He walking by, give her the look. She get a look back. Like you can't. It's too many instances where they can rub shoulders with one another at the job.
Yeah.
And if you hit it once, you gonna hit it twice. It's gonna be 3 times.
Thrice.
Dog.
Too
That's
And
the
easy.
that's the she didn't come home, dog. Bama woke up to eat breakfast and everything
He
and
put her
walked
to sleep.
around.
She couldn't even go home. He put her to sleep, though.
you making it worse now. No, you
It's
I'm
the
trying to
kicking the
help
truth.
him
man
let
while
it
it's
go,
down.
dog.
It's
I'm
the
trying to
truth.
help him let it
It's
go.
the truth. It's the truth.
Even
Maybe
the
that.
cheetahs sneak in 4 or 5 in the morning. He put that youngin to sleep. No
He came.
contest, dog.
She didn't even go to work the next morning. Like she didn't.
Yeah, you right about. She did
Dog,
call out the office. She
Tyson
did.
Fury style, dog.
TKO.
Yo, you gotta get another one, dog. I'm sorry we had to pile it on a little bit, but you gotta get another
You
one,
got to
dog.
move
We
on.
just, I mean, if you don't got no friends in your life to talk to you like this, then we your friends,
Then you don't
dog.
got no friends.
Yeah, exactly. So, because they got to keep it all the way 100, dog. Sometimes, dog. Remember, I had to cry in a fetal, dog. Everybody, you all
Oh
got to
yeah,
go through it,
I
dog.
remember that joint.
You all got to go through it, dog. You got to cry in a fetal one time, and then you shake it off, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Uh, dog. What's going on with the Washington football team, dog? First, they try to do the tribute to Sean Taylor, in lieu of all that's happening with the Grudens and the Bruce Allens and all of that. They try to sprinkle in a tribute to Sean Taylor, right? Then apparently they didn't even do the joint justice. Dan Snyder came out in a hoodie and met with the family and just it just was they didn't do it right. Who's to blame for this? Because you already know media in this town, you know who they was going after.
The only person they want to go after.
Who is?
Dan.
No, no, no.
Who
Who?
were they? Who were they going after?
Oh, you talking about the black guy in charge now?
That's who they was going after. Is it a
Is he the event coordinator too? Like I'm just trying to understand. I know they got roles in that organization. They gotta have somebody that's on events and public relations and stuff like that. That would.
That was Bruce's job.
Oh well, I stand corrected. If that's the case, you know what I mean? Because you can't blame it on the owner. I know the owner is not gonna sit there and put together that stuff. He's not gonna get caught up in the minutia of setting up an event for a player.
Especially in front of porta potties.
that's where they put it, dog. That's where they put
It
it.
wasn't well thought out. This one was not well thought. It was just
I
thrown
mean,
together, man. That's
does
what it sounded
Jason
like.
Wright does he take any
He has to. He's the president. Now, unless that's just a figurehead job because they wanted to shut up all of the minority talk,
Mhm.
that's another discussion. But if you in
Okay.
charge and you got the title, you got to take responsibility for the drink.
That's what I'm
That's a
trying.
fact.
That's it. Yeah.
And they
So
got
I think
trash minds in the building. They been had trash minds. Like they don't have anybody to be like, yeah, this is a terrible idea. It seems like
Mhm.
somebody that's one of the Washington dinosaurs is in there just making unilateral decisions and nobody's countering it. It seems like they don't have like a good like diversity of thought processes in the building. It seemed like just a
Mm-mm.
bunch of idiots all on the same train. And this is
Yeah.
just it's par for the course with that team.
Now it's not helping that these Bama's is losing too. They lost Sunday. I didn't even do a video for the loss, dog, because it just was unnecessary. Like, what I'm gonna say? These Bama's is some trash. Like, it's really nothing that I could say.
They weren't spectacular this week.
For a quarter,
Hmm. Hmm.
for a quarter, I feel like, well, no, almost a half. It seemed like the Washington football team was
Defense.
hanging in there, but it was more so Kansas City playing down to the level of competition. And then it's just the floodgates open.
Halftime adjustments.
Heineke's not the guy, clearly.
You sure? No, he was spectacular. You sure he not the guy? You sure? You sure?
No, he's not the guy. He's a stopgap at best. Now the question is, do you bring? Of course, the media here they already asking about Ryan Fitzpatrick and his health. Like you gonna get a better outcome with him.
You get better than 13 points against that defense, which is the worst defense in the league.
Right.
People talk about how bad Washington defense is. Kansas City's technically is ranked worse, and you muster 13 points with a spectacular quarterback. He got weapons.
With a
He's got good
spectacular
protection.
quarterback.
Who fault is it this time? Is Haskins still? Is it RG3? Who
They
fault is
always
it?
quick to blame him.
Is 13 enough? Pause.
Hmm.
Dog, it's on Taylor Heineke. Dog, the Bama just not
He's not an
outside of
NFL
his.
quarterback. He doesn't have the
He's
arm
a
to make NFL
he's a
throws.
backup. He's a backup
I
quarterback.
don't even know if I'll put him in that category.
You want to put him as a backup?
He can't make throws, Harold.
Yeah.
Once it gets past 70 degrees outside and the Bama can't throw the ball 30 yards without
That's
a running
real.
head start.
Like the Bama, remember like how the G.I. Joes, how you can like turn the bodies and then rubber band would like pull it back. That's how this Bama had to throw a football. Dog.
How many bounce pass screens do you have to see? Bubble screens. How many bounce passes? This is back-to-back weeks.
Dog, I have a strong arm than Taylor Heineke.
This is a fact. And Bama's gonna say he in the leader. You literally have a stronger arm than a starting quarterback for your football team. And it's gonna get colder and windier. The weather's not gonna make it better. It's gonna get worse.
No, and the schedule don't get no easier.
No.
They got the Green Bay Packers next. Then I think they got
in Denver. They have to beat Denver. Otherwise,
but
it's going to get ugly.
then after that, I think they get
after Denver, then they got Seahawks. And that depends if Russ is back or not. They also still have Tampa Bay. Dog, it's gonna get brutal. They got the Panthers, they got Dallas after that. Dog, it's gonna be bad. They gotta win that Denver game. Or we talking about a 5-6 game losing streak.
Welcome to the club.
Dog, what needs to change? What if you in charge of the team, Aaron? What are you gonna do with the roster? What are you gonna do with the team?
You know I'm over the top. I'm firing the head coach, the D coordinator, and the quarterback.
Dog, somebody
and
gotta
the offensive coordinator.
But if you're gonna get rid of all of them, you're gonna just blow the whole thing up then at that point.
You can't get a worse record.
Yeah.
You can't get a worse defense.
Our defensive coordinator gotta go.
For sure.
Last year, I don't know what happened to this year, but we looking real. Dog, we the 31st ranked defense in the league.
They failed free agency. That's what happened. Happened. They picked the wrong linebacker in the draft. That's what happened. So clearly they're no better than the regime that was before them and could be worse as far as picking out players. So that's what happens in football. When you pick wrong, you lose.
They picked the wrong linebacker. Can we
picked
talk
the wrong
about
cornerback?
That?
If they're going to put him in zone, it's the same stuff for the last 20, 30 years. I don't see the big change that Ron Rivera's brought.
Yeah.
Same line in the press conferences, having favorites and playing politics. I just don't see the difference.
Yeah, dog. I don't know. Like Jamie Davis, dog. He wasn't top ranked Bama for me.
He was for them clearly, but his parents were in the military, so I guess that blue collar was enough to get him surged up the draft board.
I would say this about Jamie Davis.
Bama ain't playing he ain't getting no snaps.
See, that's
how sorry you got to be to not get no snaps with those linebackers.
Sorry. You gotta be.
Where you gotta be.
But gum at the bottom of a shoe to not get no snaps with this roster.
But is it him or is it the leadership? Is it the coaches?
No,
look, we didn't have
combination, dog.
No, we had Kadarius Toney, bro, on the sideline until 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago.
But he flashes when you see him, D. Paul. Like he pops off the screen immediately. It don't take 16 games to tell if you got a player. I agree. Or not.
Especially
a non-thinking position like linebacker.
Yeah.
All you gotta do
in front of you, react.
Yeah.
Read and react. Tackle.
Read and react. Tackle. That's it.
Chase. Dog. It's not difficult. It's not like he's a quarterback or a wide receiver. No, dog.
Is he playing outside or middle for y'all?
Both. It can't do either one.
Can't do either one, dog. They sold us a bill of goods.
I mean, the dude's athletic and fast, so I thought he would be a good translator. but I guess not.
And it, yeah, no, he just not it, though.
He's not it. If that's the case, yeah,
And so they wasted a first round pick, which is problematic.
Right. He could turn out to be a serviceable, okay NFL player. But this is the person that you queued up to take in the first round when you clearly
You
have a need at linebacker, and there are other
you
guys that are still on the board that are
you can't be
performing.
red shirt and no first round draft pick on a sorry team, dog. It's just
for
not.
sure. Can't do it.
Yeah, I definitely think that there should be criticism given to the team for that pick because he's not producing. He hasn't flashed. It'd be one thing if he flashed and it's like, oh, this Bama, he
He be
hasn't done none of the above. I barely even know if the Bama's out there half the time,
Usually not.
which is problematic. But yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna get
yeah.
bad. Y'all about to
I
get
didn't
blown out
realize.
this week too.
I didn't realize our defense was last with yards in the season. I didn't
dog,
realize it was that
we
bad.
can't cover nobody. We can't cover anybody.
Cause on the back end, y'all DBs do no type of press, nothing. It's just like let jokers
Dog,
run free.
their ball skills is
Well, that too. But when you got Bama just running free through a zone that got world class speed, I mean, you're gonna put your DBs at a disadvantage all the time.
Thunder, thunder, thunder.
they don't
every snap.
no, they don't have no answers, dog. It's thunder. No, it's Aaron being funny, but it's just
I'm dead serious. That's the play that
I
they
know.
in.
If we
that's the
watch
play
you,
that they in thunder every single play with no answers, dog.
first it'd be 4th and 1, Thunder. The
Thunder,
Jokers be
thunder.
playing
You already
off.
know, dog.
I'm like, why are you playing off Jokers in 4th and 1?
They can barely generate pressure. They really don't. They out of position. Bama's running butt naked wide open. You know,
That's all I'm coaching, dog. Like you could not have a great roster and still be a functional defensive unit. Like you giving up 30 something every single week. People running butt naked wide open every week. This is not like a one or twice every game. And then they running the same play and route combinations on you every week. And so that just says you're glaringly out coached every week. And I don't know how long they're gonna be able to keep this little MAGA brigade together and keep pretending like nothing's wrong, like we're one or two plays away. Because Ron is full of it. And I'm tired of hearing him lie every week too. So I say run them all out of town.
Dang,
This
I
was a
get.
fail.
Yeah, it was. And I
dog,
think
we ready to get rid of Ron already?
I didn't
What
want him here
happened
in
in
to
Ron we
begin with.
trust, dog? Bama's hitting with the Ron we
hmm,
trust.
He just
It's done.
the team he got fired from got better before this team started improving. So I just don't understand the sprint to go get him. What has he done without Kane?
so that's what I was getting ready to say. So you believe that they went to the chip with Cam, and obviously they had
With
Cam
the
the whole
MVP.
time.
Right.
So you're saying the success that he had was based off of Cam Newton's back.
Particularly on offense. He's never shown the ability to put offensive weapons around Cam. Cam was just so much better than everybody else
For
that
sure.
he basically raised the level of all the other boats
Mhm.
around him.
He
You
was
mean
the run
eventually they got McCaffrey, but by that time Cam was physically
damage.
finished.
Yeah, yeah.
You look at the receivers that they had put around him. It's just they have always had a terrible um, offense down. It was basically Cam. That's all the offense was. He would make up for all the mistakes and all of the voids on the roster.
Ron has how long is his contract?
Probably
5 years?
5 years. This is the
Hmm.
second one.
Cause I'm trying to see if be enemy. If we could go ahead and get be enemy or something.
Hmm.
I think if Tomlin see Pittsburgh is so smart, even if they have a losing season, they not going to press the panic button
No,
and,
sir.
and be in the market and you know what I mean have all these question marks and just picking some random joker they don't know if can coach. Like I think if Tomlin got fired, I think Dan would make a damn move and go get him. But I don't think other than that he's going to make or maybe a Belichick. But other than that, I don't see him pressing a button because everybody tries to blame him for everything. Even now, when this Bam is out the way, they don't
Hmm.
have no emails from him. They just trying to find something to blame him for so Bezos can get the squad. Y'all wanted him out of the way, not saying nothing, not doing nothing, and y'all still blaming the Joker. Ron is in charge. Ron is in charge. You can't blame
Right.
Haskins no more. So I want to know what the answer is now. Because it was so convenient last year when you wanted to blame the black quarterback that's 21 years old. You got a 28-year-old quarterback now and 13 points. So what's the answer?
Ron
Mi-
gotta go, dog. Ron gotta go. I'm no, but this I'm trying to be patient, but dog, I just hate losing. I hate losing. I hate being some trash when I don't think that it's necessary. Like that we be trash.
He
I just
he.
I, I
Go
just thought
ahead,
that.
D.
No, I was gonna say I just thought at least y'all defense because of Ron's background in defense. Because even in
Mhm.
Carolina, even when they weren't great, their defense was always tough. I,
McDermott
yeah, that's a good point.
and that D up there, it's translated up to Buffalo.
Yes, it has.
It ain't follow Ron DC. He needs strong coordinators though. He needs
Mm.
strong. He had Norv Turner. You know what I mean? Like he had McDermott. He's the kind of guy that because even when you see him in a press conference, I don't want to call Alabama stupid, but he has no answers. Like they
Mm.
ask him simple questions, and all he has is politics, trying to
Yeah,
avoid blaming players that he
he
handpicked.
was talking today, and they were like asking him about like percentages on making fourth down calls, and do we have a guy who does the analytics? And he was like, yeah, you could get it. It could be 75% success rate, and then you could have 90% success rate and not get it. So it could just go either way. So we don't really, it's really about a feeling. And I'm like,
That's his
dog,
long way of saying no. We don't have a guy that's helping me make these decisions. It's random
exactly.
select.
Because they asked him, they were like, what was the percentage for the one you called the other day? He was like, did you have a percentage? He was like, yeah, we had a percentage. They're like, what was it? He was like, oh, I can't share that with you. Oh, ha, ha, ha.
He's a liar, dog. The Bama's a liar and a terrible con. Like you, if you're gonna be a con artist, at least be good at the joint and be a good liar.
At least
He's
be
a
from
terrible
Jamaica,
liar.
dog. Jamaica, them Bama's con. They're the top level con artists
More than
in the
Nigerians
world. Nah,
uh,
Nigeria's number one,
on
dog.
eBay, dog. They the ghost.
They steal your credit card number and sell it back to you. Like, dog.
That's racist, though.
Yeah, but what? No, Jamaica. No,
Nah,
I'm going by personal experience, dog. Bama's trying to get me. Bama's trying to get me, dog. So,
is the team
oh man,
trash?
yeah, the
Can
team's
we get
trash,
that?
dog.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
trash. They need first of all, yeah, they got it's almost overhaul status. They gonna have to do something. I
The
don't know what kind
nepotism
of
has to
relationship
stop.
it
All
does.
people that he brought from Carolina got to go back, which includes both quarterbacks, both coordinators, and people in the front office. You would have thought that was New England that he rated. The way he just brought everybody up there and everybody allowed it.
I might have to send it. I might have to send some tweets to Jason Wright, dog. I might have sent some tweets to Jason Wright, dog, and talk
I'm
to
about to
him.
text Dan and tell him he gonna have to get involved again. At least he could win the off season. Now Bama's
Something.
ain't winning nothing.
Ain't winning nothing. It's about to get worse from here. Before we get into the other football and the rest of the games for this week, the Monday night and all that stuff. Tennessee,
Yeah.
Derrick Henry,
Real.
dog. Derrick Henry is a special running back, dog. The Batman, when he gets loose, it be looking funny to me, dog. Cause I'm like, dog, this Batman is he that fast for real? Cause the Batman just be running away from Batman's, dog. I'm like,
Not only is he fast, it's only certain angles you could take to tackle him. You're not gonna take the same angle to tackle him that you would a Gibson or just a regular running back. The Bama's 6'4", 260. So you gotta be very careful about not ending up on ESPN when you trying to go chase this Bama. That's how he always get loose, though.
no, cause he'll bowling ball your head into the turf, and you,
Right, and make you into a
no
meme.
one little one little arm shrug, Joe,
Josh
and
Norman, dog.
you flying on the screen. Yeah, dog. He different, bro. He different. They got a W. The Tennessee Titans. I didn't think they would. I mean, I didn't
Nah.
pick them on the thing. I didn't think they were gonna win, but they battled Buffalo. It was a little dicey at the beginning, but they stopped them in the red zone when they needed it. And Josh Allen, he missed some throws last night, which we really haven't seen him do much of as of late, and it cost them. I mean, and they lost the game. Um, but overall, like, I mean, I think Buffalo's still, a good team and everything, but Tennessee trying to resurrect their season. Derrick Henry definitely carried them on his back for sure. But before we get into more football, basketball is back. Y'all psyched? Y'all excited?
No,
How about them Wizards? What the Wiz about to do? They play Toronto tomorrow night. Sign Daniel Gafford to an extension.
40 mil. They be
And
early with these extensions, dog. They love giving Bama's the bread before they have
dog,
to.
No
but
performance.
you already know they got to do it though, Aaron. We can't get free agents that want to stay here, and then by the time we realize Alabama's a cooker, then you got to pay them the premium. So they try to give them the quick deals.
And get the Mahimi outcome.
I think Gafford's better than Mahimi though.
I haven't seen a lot of the Bama. That's what I'm saying. Like you got him under contract this year. At least let the Bama play to the trade deadline before you go throwing the bread at him. I don't know. I just know how stuff happens around here, and this seemed par for the course.
What do you see? What do you envision for the Wizards? They got the first 10 games. What's their record going to be?
I haven't seen the schedule. That matters. But if I was to basically estimate the season, I would say they'll be about 500 and be
Mhm.
have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe even be one of those teams that don't they do like that playoff before the playoff? What's that joint like?
Oh yeah,
Like
the
them,
playing
like
the
them,
playing game.
yeah, the playing game. They could be in one of those scenarios too.
Yeah.
I like the roster, though. I mean, overall, I'm not saying these Bama's about to win a chip or nothing, but I think they have depth and they will be in a position to be better than they've been the last few years.
Mhm.
They don't
Yeah.
have a superstar, but I think they'll be all right and make the playoffs.
I'm interested to see how the coaching is. I'm trying to see. It got to be better than Scott Brooks.
Can't be worse.
It can't be worse than Scott Brooks, but I'm still intrigued to see how the game is coached, how the players are coached, what kind of time the rookies is getting in the game, and what the rotations is looking like. Like I'm really intrigued to see if we taking a step in the right direction. It might not necessarily translate to wins, but I'll be able to see very early if we are trending in the right direction. And that's really the height of what I'm looking for. Because anything outside of that, I just think is unrealistic. Like they're not going to be a top seeded in the East.
You think they're going to the playoffs?
I don't think they're going to the playoffs.
I do.
You do
Yeah.
wings.
We could do wings.
All right, we can go ahead and stamp some wings on it, though. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna watch. They play the Toronto Raptors tomorrow night. Toronto, they got our number. They always beat us. Um, but we'll see. It's a new look team, new look Wizards. I'm intrigued to see how it plays out.
What's
Uh,
really going to be important is how they look leading up to that trade deadline with Bradley Bill not being re-signed. Because that all matters. If he ends up getting moved, of course, I'm not still picking these jokers to go to the playoffs, but that's going to be real important to see how he looks with the new coach and how that offense is going to run and what that record's going to look like.
mhm. Yeah. Do you think he'll get moved?
See, I'm the opposite of y'all. I'm not in that addition by subtraction camp of that's not how you get better than me.
Mhm.
But I think if they're bad, you have to move them because you won't get anything in return.
Okay, he gonna get hurt some point during the season. So and he's
He already
already
hurt.
injured. He already
Yeah.
hurt. So that's like what he does. He's get injured. So
That's who they should
Yeah.
have been trying to sign. Why they out here paying Gafford 40 mil?
Mhm.
Get this man a blank check.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Jeremy said he think the Wizards will go to the playoffs, but think that they will be 500 for the first 10 games. Yeah, I'm with you. That'll be better than anything that Scott Brooks has ever had. So we'll see. We'll see.
is it better or just on par?
Nah, through 10 games, Scott Brooks would have been 1-9. Like Scott Brooks coaching is trash. Um, yeah, I don't. I'm trying to give the new coach a opportunity, but I'm gonna be watching with a critical eye. You already know.
I'm not.
Um,
2
yeah, I'm not
years.
going. You gonna give him 2 years?
2 years. Unless it's
Okay.
egregious. Like if it's
Yeah.
like If it's egregious,
It
like he look
can,
like he don't belong, of course Bama's gonna say something. But as far as
uh,
just he can't be to me, he can't be a worse X's than those guys than Scott Brooks.
nah, no way.
There's not
It's
one in
not
the league.
possible.
Right.
Yeah, it's not possible. Ben Simmons, dog, they fined him $1.4 million, suspended him. He had a spat at practice. Bama was like wasn't in the little huddle stuff, and he just what are they doing? Why are they just what's going on? Why is Ben Simmons not moved somewhere? You gonna
WME.
deal with this all year?
Nah, I don't think he's gonna be there all season.
What'd you say, Aaron?
WME.
But how? How does this
They
how,
should have. They
dog?
had an opportunity to get Harden in a trade for Simmons. The 76ers said no, we don't want Harden. So now they lost because they're stuck because his value has dropped because he had a terrible season last year. He can't shoot. He hasn't shown the desire to get better as a shooter. He won't
Mhm.
even put him up in the game. So his stock is plummeted. And they want to get the same thing now that they feel like they could have got before, but you're not getting a Harden offer. Nobody's going to be dumb enough to do that for a guard that can't shoot. So you got to take what you can get. And they're trying to find a way to not have to pay him, but also not have to move him for less than what they feel like they want to get.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. So you just gonna have a disgruntled player showing up to everything, and you trying to nitpick and find every little thing to find him for, so that you can try to recoup money back.
That's exactly what they're going to try to do. Try to suspend him long enough so they don't have to pay him.
Because you know how it is for a disgruntled player on the court. They personally underperform on purpose. I feel like they're not in it. You know what I'm saying? They're just not into the game. He
But
not
they're
gonna
not
put
gonna
him.
play. They're not gonna play him. You can't play a player like this, though. Not with what's going on with him in his situation right now. He can't see the floor. You can't play him. Doc
Uh,
Rivers don't mess with him. And B came out and said, I don't really care about him. Like your best player
That's the
in the
bad thing
team
right
has
there.
basically isolated him away from the team. So he has no like
He's by himself. He on an island.
yeah.
Yeah, he on an island at this point.
So what do you do if you Ben Simmons?
keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, he got to
He
do
should have
this.
faked the injury. He shouldn't even let it get this far. I'd have pulled a Deshaun Jackson as soon as I stepped foot on the court. You got to.
Hamstring.
'Cause that's the game they're playing with you. You got to play passive aggressive right back. Because you're not going to be the
No.
white man in a perception game. It's just not going to happen.
Mhm.
It's not going to happen. So you got to beat them at their own game with the backdoor pause. So I'd have faked the injury, been sitting on the bench getting my
No,
435 mil.
you could beat him. You could beat him. Now you could. Not maybe like
Not
10
without
years ago. You
emails.
could.
Not
Nah,
not
you could do it with social media.
but not really though, because he's already people already don't like him because he's not really that good. And then when it comes to the fans, that's what matters more than Bama's on Black Twitter.
But what I'm
So go ahead.
all I'm saying is that you can use if you know the right tactics, you could turn social media into your greatest ally. It could backfire on you too if you don't play it properly, but you could turn it into your greatest ally, dog.
He just don't seem like a rocket science to me to be pulling little finger moves like
Okay,
this.
you're right. You're right. You're right, dog. I don't know what move he can pull right now, dog. It's just it's a dumb situation.
If you the Nets, are you calling Philly for an even swap? Kyrie for Simmons?
No, sir. No, sir.
So one
No.
Looney Tune is bad as the next.
Mm-mm.
I'm taking Kyrie and all his foolishness. He better than Ben Simmons.
Right. Just
Right,
as a
that's what I'm
ball
saying.
player.
So if so you're saying if you're Brooklyn, you're just gonna keep Kyrie, who's not gonna
Yeah.
get vaccinated?
Yep.
Yep. Because the day he wake up and he's like, "Yeah, I want to play today," the team not gonna like. They already know how Kyrie is. I mean,
Ain't happening.
the only Bama who don't really rock with Kyrie on that team is Steve Nash. Steve Nash don't like Kyrie, but I don't think Durant or Harden really care. They probably talk to Kyrie all the time, but like, dog, you tripping, dog. Hey, look, we're gonna get to the playoffs, and when we get there,
Just be
just go ahead and
ready.
come back. Yeah, just be ready. Like they probably talking. You know how NBA players talking on the side. Like they don't really care about that stuff the same way.
Right, but we all got mans that be tripping in certain situations, and you might not be trying to punch him down, but you still like, man, this nigga, he always why every time we in this situation, this Bama do the same. Like you know that the Bamas is starting to get irritated with him.
I, I so if Durant wasn't the same type of Bama, then I'd be like, yeah,
He ain't gonna miss
but
basketball for foolishness.
he not, he not, but he still be doing the foolishness too.
He show up every time though. He be
He do,
OC off the court, but when it's
he
time to
do,
lace him
he
up,
do,
he
yeah,
show
he
up and
do,
he show out every time.
he do, he do, he do. I mean, Kyrie ball too, dog. It's not like
When
he
he
come in and
healthy,
slump. Yeah, it's not like he coming in and slump. Harden too.
I don't
So
think Harden or Durant would be mad if they moved him. I think
Mhm.
prior to this it would be an issue, but I think now it's to the point where they like, look, they worried about legacy, dog. Harden
Mhm.
got to get a chip. Durant need another one. If they got to move him, they got to move him.
yeah, that's yeah.
Dinwiddie for Simmons, or you sticking with Dinwiddie?
Dimwitty.
I'll take
Dimwitty.
Simmons though. I
No,
think you.
man.
The thing is, if they did it Dimwitty for Simmons straight up, I'll take Simmons
And
Why?
because
the defensive aspect that it's going to bring to this team,
because I think with Simmons, one of the things you would get with a situation like that is you get something that we need on our roster. We need grit. Like we need a Bama with a point to prove. Somebody with a like little chip on their shoulder. And I feel like him being on that roster and then basically saying we don't want you and you're not good enough. I think that elevates the chip and that could be useful for a team like the Wizards, where he would just get free reigns to kind of do what he wants to do. And I think we would get the best version of him in that scenario.
and they don't
Uh,
have a real big, so it won't be a conflict in basketball the way it is in Philly. Because with a real legit center who's supposedly supposed to be in the paint, it just is a super conflict for the way Simmons has to play because he can't shoot. He got to be in the paint too.
agreed, agreed. So I think you, and then you get to play Philly and like them games. I feel like he would get up for them jumps. And I wouldn't be against Simmons here, but it got to be for the right price. Like it got to be like a Dimwitty for Simmons straight up, not a no maybe a second round draft pick, but not no first round draft pick, and then 2 1s and Dimwitty. Like no. This is what we offering Dimwitty straight up for Simmons. And if nobody else is offering you anything to that level, then so be it. If they don't take it, you don't hurt yourself. But if they do take it, you potentially, you know, and I mean, I will put it out there. I don't know what the Wizards is talking about, but that would be a move that I would do.
I would co-sign that, but I'd be the first Bama Kirkin when he pass up a wide open three.
That's I
I would
just
be Kirkin.
his offensive inadequacies. I just can't. I just can't go with it. I don't. He's a good defender, but he's not like a friggin'
Dog, but look, we had John Wall here, and John Wall is Ben Simmons
Stop it.
2.0.
Stop it.
Are
John
you
Wall would shoot the
serious?
stop it. Stop it. Stop. The Bama could score. And he
Stop.
would shoot the rock.
John Wall would shoot the rock, but I think part of Ben Simmons not shooting the rock as much, and this is just my personal opinion, is the team that he's on, dog. Here, this Batman can shoot whatever he want because the team is not really.
But you've seen situations where he would literally be by himself to shoot the three or shoot the jumper, and he won't pull it. He
But
won't
but
pull it.
but but it's different when you got players in when your center can shoot better than you.
Okay. But that
That
got
that that changes like your. I think his confidence level is shaking and be like, if I shoot this Joe now, I don't make it. Like Bama's gonna scream on me.
that's
And
his fault for not getting his jumper shot right.
what
Like
I'm
I mean,
saying is nobody here can scream on him.
But you want to hear something funny, D? if you pull up videos of him shoot threes online in practice, some of the Bama be hitting threes, dog. If it almost feel like he being passive aggressive and playing a game of a Bama that can't shoot. Oh no, we not giving up Bill for Dinwiddie.
No,
Can't do it.
no, can't do it, dog. Can't do it. So it's either Dinwiddie full form in a two or nothing. That's it.
Denny Avia and Rui.
Okay, get rid of these two foreign Bama's who lackluster anyway. You know, I hate these foreign
Market
Bama's, dog.
employees, dog.
Get them out of here, dog. These Bama's is Denny Abdia, borderline bum. Like yeah. Well, Wizards, go ahead and make a play for Ben Simmons. I like to see it, but I don't. Maybe Tommy will get it right, but I know if Ernie was still there, oh nah, we just gonna play with what we got, dog.
I don't think it's gonna
Gonna
make
play.
it. I don't think it will make a difference in the grand scheme. It'd be the same Wizards. That's how I'm looking at it. Do you think that would be that much of an impact on the roster? That the record would be better if they were to get Ben Simmons?
Oh, I think
I
that
do.
changed the roster.
I do.
Okay.
I do. Okay. So right now we got the games. I'm about to go to get into the games for this week.
He was terrible.
This last 15 minutes of the show. Bama's had terrible weeks, though. D, you got a 6. I got a 6. Aaron got a 7. And Jeremy got 10. So Jeremy jumped back into the lead. I think he has 57, 54.
We got
You
52.
went. We got 52, and D got 47. So this week we got the games. Dog, I picked terrible last week, dog. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not going with none of y'all picks. I'm about to pick like a. I don't know
You
what
trying to
I'm
blame
gonna do.
us? What we did?
Yeah, man. All these unanimous jumps on L's. All right. First game, Thursday night jump. Denver Broncos at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are favorite -3. I don't know how with Baker Mayfield sternum broken. I don't know, his throwing shoulder messed up. Like, I mean, his non-throwing shoulder messed up, torn labrum. I don't know how he's going to even play. Kareem Hunt, he done. Going to go on IR. Nick Chubb out calf. They got some other Bama going to run the rock for him. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm going with Denver.
I'm going Denver.
Denver.
Okay. Jeremy, make the cipher complete. We unanimous?
That's death to a pick, right?
You said what?
That's death to a pick. When
You
go
already
unanimous.
Broncos unanimous, young. We unanimous on the first
Cleveland
jump. All right. Yeah, facts. Cleveland winning. Chiefs at Titans. Titans are underdogs +4 at home. Chiefs coming off a massive win against the sorry Washington football team. I'm going with the Chiefs.
I don't know what Titans team is going to show up.
Yeah.
I'm going Titans.
Titans. I see you, Chema. Yeah, Titans. I'm a Lone Ranger with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going Titans
Okay,
as well.
yeah. All right. Oh, you going Titans as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm the Lone Ranger with the Chiefs. All right. Lone Ranger with the Chiefs. All right. Then we got the Jets at New England. New England's favorite -7. New England been battling, dog, but they lost a tough one to Dallas. They lost a tough one. Went to overtime. I thought whatchamacallit played pretty well.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, yeah. New England -7 over the Jets. I'm going with New England, dog. what you call it? Is some garbage. He went and lost to the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not messing with him no more.
Where's the game?
In
In
New
New
England.
England.
Give me New England. They're gonna get their first win at home this year.
Yeah, everybody going. The whole fan club going with the New England Patriots. Though
Yeah, I can't pick the
you
Jets.
going with the Jets?
I wanted to, but I'm not gonna be the all Lone Ranger on no Jets. No sir.
Not on the Jets, bro. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. Uh, okay, so we unanimous. Everybody going New England. Bengals at Ravens. Ravens are favored -6.5. Ravens jaw handled the Chargers. I was surprised.
They manhandled them jokers. Ain't nobody. I ain't see that. I didn't see that coming.
I was shocked. Herbert looked regular. I mean, everybody gonna have every dog had a day. You know what I'm saying? But they handled them, dog. Bengals at Ravens. Ravens are favorite -6.5.
It's a division game, but I think give me the Bengals
All
to
right. So
cover.
Jeremy and Aaron going to Bengals. I'm taking the Ravens again. D.
Let me go Ravens.
So me and D are going with the Ravens. Jeremy and Aaron going with the Bengals. All right. Now, game of the week.
Come on, man.
Washington football team at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are favorite -10.
Goodness.
Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay. I'm not picking Washington for the rest of the season, though.
Green Bay it is.
Our defense is trash. We can literally assemble a flag football team right here today and put up 25, 30 on the Washington football team secondary.
Green Bay.
Ain't nobody messing with Washington football team. We unanimous. Falcons at Miami. Miami's favorite -2.5. Miami got Tua back. Tua and them, they played real well and lost.
But he's still not himself. He still got the hurt ribs.
Give me Dolphins.
Yeah, it's just because of the Falcons quarterback more than it being Miami. Let me see.
I think I'm gonna go with the Dolphins too. I'm going with the Dolphins. Jeremy going with the Dolphins. Aaron?
Dolphins.
D?
Yeah.
We unanimous. Go ahead, go with the Falcons if you want to.
I can't do it. I can't. I gotta make up some ground, but I just can't put that on Matt Ryan's shoulders.
All right, we unanimous. Philly at the Raiders. Raiders are favorite -3. Raiders played valiantly in John Gruden's absence.
They did.
As we predicted. Who y'all rocking with? Philly? I mean, Jalen Hurts has been playing well. They got a W last week. But I don't trust them though.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one. Let me get the Raiders.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders too. It's a long flight over there to Las Vegas from Philly.
Raiders.
So we are Jeremy about to make the cipher complete. Raiders unanimous. All right, see, we all unanimous again, dog. By Panthers at Giants. Your Giants, D. Giants are underdogs at home +2.5.
Only?
Yeah, 2.5. What do you call look like some trash last week? I know he wasn't fully healthy, but he looked terrible.
Who are you talking about?
Daniel Jones.
He wasn't injured last week. He wasn't hurt. That was just him playing football the way he plays football.
The turnover machine.
I mean, he sat there and was coughing the ball up on the floor, throwing NOs right to Bammers.
No,
I'm
is this
like,
it? Is this it for Daniel Jones?
I would say so. And he's in a he's just in a he's been in a bad situation his whole career with New York, with rebuilding after rebuilding, different off. You know what I'm saying? Like having the different offensive coordinators. You know what I'm saying? That's never good. A bad offensive line, all his seasons, never having a running game. Like that's never going to be successful for a quarterback in that situation. And I just so even though he's not great, but we're not helping him at all to even be average.
At least he not black.
Oh,
They ran him out of here 2 years ago, Aaron.
Out
What
of
you
yeah,
here.
mean?
he
What
would
you
have beat.
mean?
Yeah, they ran the one black quarterback we did have, which was Gino.
They'd
Got
had Taylor Heineke out that jump.
yeah. I'm going Panthers though. I can't pick the Giants this year.
Yeah, I can't pick the Giants either. Even though Sam Darnold was looking like
He looking all right though. Here, I watched
he
the
looked
game
like
last week. He been doing all right.
them crosses. When them crosses don't work, dog, the
Yeah.
Bama look real regular.
Yeah, when that mesh concept fails,
Yo,
it's over.
it's over. All right, yeah, I'm going to Panthers. D, you going Panthers?
Yeah, without question.
Aaron, you going?
Hold on, what is it again?
It's 2.5 in
Yeah, give me the
favor of the
Panthers.
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 And Jeremy's going with the New York Giants
Wow,
again.
why is he doing this
He
to him?
did that again, and it bit him.
I
He
think, I
going to
think,
do it
I
again.
think Jeremy doing some juju on my team so they can lose. That's what I'm starting to think now. It's working.
Philly.
Jeremy.
Okay. Then we got the Lions at the Rams.
Oh
Rams
my
are favorite -14.
gosh! Woo!
I think the Lions done gave up on life.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Rams. I'm going with the Rams, though.
they do look hurt.
14?
Yeah, 14.
Hmm?
Soft.
14.
Say.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
have to go with the 14.
oh wow. Let me get the Rams.
Rams, it is. We unanimous. Jeremy, we unanimous. I ain't even going. I ain't even going. I ain't even going to
He
take
ain't
it.
wasting no time.
Ain't nobody messing with the line.
Uh,
Bears at Bucks. Bucks are favorite -13.5.
um,
I'm gonna go with the Bears on this one.
that damn 13.
It's in Tampa?
Yeah,
It's
it's in
in Tampa.
Tampa, and they were on a bye week last week, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tampa Bay was.
so they a little fresher.
No, they played. They played Thursday night, so they had the extra days. So
Oh,
they
that's what
played
it
Thursday
was.
night.
I got you to prepare for the Bears. I'm going the Bucks though. I'm going with the Bucks.
Okay, Aaron.
Uh,
Jeremy's the Bucks. D is the Bucks.
give me the Bucks.
Aaron is the Bucks. I am the Lone Ranger with the Bears. I'll take it. Texans at Cardinals. Cardinals are favored -17.5.
Gosh almighty. I'm going the Cards though. I'm still going Cards.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
They put up numbers. That's the thing.
Oh, the Houston Texans just. I
Abysmal.
think they'll play. I mean, the thing is, they just played terrible last week, and I don't know if they just stopped believing in the coach philosophy, and that's why they just let it all hang out.
Dog,
When
they don't have
when
a quarterback.
when what's his name come back, though?
Who's that?
The quarterback,
Tyrod.
Oh,
Tyrod.
I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, he get minor injuries and disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
You look
Batman.
up, you're gonna be on
He
another
said, "I'm
roster.
not." He said, "I'm just gonna get this money. I ain't about to be out here getting my head skedaddle. I'm injured till further notice." I swear he be playing the long game, dog. Anybody going with the Tex? Oh, Jeremy going with the Texans.
Hmm.
I'm going with the Cards, dog. I just can't. In good, I can't go with the Texans, dog. They just are bad. Aaron.
I ain't taking no damn Texans. Give me the Cardinals.
All right, Jeremy's the Lone Ranger with the Texans. Then we got the Colts at the 49ers. 49ers are favorite -3.5. The 49ers were on a bye week last week. They come back. I don't know if what's his name's going to play, but he probably will play.
Come on.
Quarterback, not
Yeah.
Trey Lance, but Garoppolo.
Mm.
Niners are favorite -3.5 against the Colts. Colts have been playing better as of late. I think I'm going to go with the Colts on this one. Jeremy's going with the Colts.
49ers.
Aaron's going with the 49ers, and D is going with the
49ers.
49ers. So D and Aaron taking the 49ers. Me and Jeremy are taking the Colts. Okay. Saints at Seattle, Monday night. Seattle's underdogs at home, 4.5. Geno Smith will be your starting QB.
Yeah.
Give me the Seahawks to cover.
I'm going with the Saints.
Same here. Saints.
Jeremy is going with the Saints. So, Aaron, you're the Lone Ranger with Seattle to cover. The rest of us are going with the Saints. And those are our games for this week. Shout out to Sports Reality, my man Jeremy John. Always a pleasure. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to Kicking It with G-Man. Bender Knows Best. Shout out to Jenna Garcia and everybody who rocks with us heavy. Shout out to my man Van, who is the winner of the PS5 challenge. We will be running another PS5 challenge campaign in a month or so. So get ready. And that is all. We out.